Music has forever been a great setting piece for a scene, whether it be a movie, a video game, or even if you're at the gym and you need something to get you pumped up, music is a great way to set the mood or put you in a mood. It can elevate an already epic battle in, say, Dark Souls to an even higher level. The music of Souls games is some of the best out there for trying to set a huge epic battle. This bombastic orchestral track is from the boss battle in Dark Souls. What? Just kidding. This is actually not from any Souls game or any action game, but rather from a gacha game, Arknights. Arknights is a popular tower defense game created by Hypergrift. Now, some may argue that Balloon Tower Defense is more popular than Arknights, but I like to think that Arknights is slowly getting there, so maybe give it a few more years. On top of having fun gameplay, insanely beautiful art, deep lore, and rich world building, the music in Arknights is absolutely stacked and probably some of my favorites of all time. It's so good, in fact, that there's a running gag in the Arknights community that Hypergrift is actually just a music company in disguise trying to use Arknights as a front to sell their music, essentially. I remember coming into Arknights hearing all this talk about how the music's that great and thinking to myself, it can't be that great, guys. Like, come on, it's a gacha game. They're designed to be gambling games. Like, what's so great about Arknights?
Little pup, your head is in the sand.
I was wrong. This is a music company. The music in Arknights is so beloved by its fans. Even Redditor here, No Divide 6801, even compiled a list of all the Arknights songs put into different genres. Like, look at this list. We got heavy metal, epic orchestral, canto pop, jazz, K-pop? The range in Arknights music is huge. Now, I'll be honest here, Arknights isn't the only gacha game out there trying to make a name in music. It's now more of a requirement for games to have great music nowadays. So it's not so much a unique thing for Arknights to have such great music, but more of that the scale at which they release that music is gargantuan compared to its competitors. Almost every newly released character has their own song, event lobbies have their own themes, the event stages almost always have something new and typically don't reuse previous songs. They even got their own anime with amazing music, something that Genshin can't seem to get together after so many years of announcing their own anime. They even made music for things outside of their games. They even produced music for the Gaokao, which is China's national exam. And on top of it all, they have their own concert for Arknights called Ambient Synthesis. Oh boy.
Synesthesia.
Okay, thank you. They have a concert called Ambient Synesthesia, and on the topic of the concert, I really like how it's set up. The concert has different sections of music, and in each there's a theme that goes with it. Different Arknight operators are assigned into each theme, and the art goes incredibly hard for something on this caliber. And this is one of the things that Arknights is well known for. The amount of music and love they have for the arts is just at a higher level than most things I've seen, honestly. But I guess when your main gameplay is tower defense, you don't have to put so much effort into other gameplay aspects like crazy models or animations or other things like that. So to me, Arknights is a well put together game because of so many other great aspects coming together. So once again, Arknights' musical range is insane. And as you've heard earlier, it has tracks that sound like something out of a fantasy roll slop game. I say this with love, by the way. I like the Souls games. But for those who are uninitiated, Arknights is far from a game that has a fantasy-like setting. It's not like Dark Souls at all. The game's setting seems to take place in a sort of future with advanced technology compared to ours, and also animal people as well, which I'm not complaining, they're pretty well-designed people. The music is more in line with something you expect from a sci-fi, lo-fi, really anything with a fi sound. Like for instance, the default main menu music has a very sci-fi sound to it. Now, that track that I played earlier that sounds like something out of a Dark Souls game is from a boss that's from a side story. The side story is about the country of Litanian and its focus on how the magic of Arknights connects with music. Litanian draws heavy inspiration from European countries such as Austria and Hungary, and this is where Arknights would take a step into the epic and classical music sounds when dealing with content relating to this area of the world. Now, let's compare this to a completely different country in Arknights and their musical inspiration and tracks. Laterano is a country filled with the angelic people of Arknights, the Sancta, and Laterano is inspired by the Vatican. Like, they even have their own pope. It's crazy, the lore of this world goes. The world building is insane. So what kind of music do you expect from a country that takes a lot of inspiration from the Vatican, has to deal with religion and theocracy? Is that? I haven't said that word in forever, oh my god. Theocracy. Holy and church sounds. And John Wick. Mixing together techno and church chant sounds is an insane idea, but it does it in the best ways possible. Honestly, who the hell thought of this at Hypergriff? It's a crazy idea, but it works out just so perfectly. I don't know why I love it. To really test people with music, try showing them this track and then ask them where it's from. And honestly, some people might say Cyberpunk. I'm willing to bet that. The country of Laterano focuses on firearms. Yeah, I know, angel people and firearms. It's once again crazy mix, but it works out. And practically all firearms in the world of Terra, which is the planet which Arknight takes place on, comes from this area of the game. Probably that's the reason why they mix together all the church stuff with the techno John Wick type sounds. Insane idea, but you know what? Once again, it works out somehow. No, it's fine. It's good. I just didn't think it'd be John Wick is all. Honestly, the Arknight countries and their inspirations can be a whole video on its own because it's a really fascinating topic to me, but today we're talking about the music only, so let's proceed forward. Now, I do want to note that almost, if not all the music released by Arknights is under the record label Monster Siren Records, which is also in the world of Arknights itself, located in Colombia. No, not that one. Founded by the famous rapper of the Arknights universe, Emperor. No, wait, sorry, it's the other guy, it's the Penguin. Yeah, that Penguin's actually way more important than you think he is, and I think he's like a really powerful entity as well. Jumping out of Arknights and back into our world though, Monster Siren Records has a website in which you can hear every single song released, and it's still being updated today that's under the whole entire Arknight sphere. And the website itself is actually pretty cool. They really play into the whole idea that this is within the world of Arknights, which is, I like that whole entire immersion factor. And I love the design of the website. As an avid black colored enjoyer myself, it's also a very sleek design. The only downside is that the majority of the site is in Chinese, but navigating it is not so hard when your only aim is to listen to music here. And an important note as well is that a lot of their music comes with instrumental tracking on top of the vocals. They don't have to do this at all, but I am so glad they did because it makes a great karaoke night for people who want to do an Arknights karaoke one day. But if you don't want to go to the website at all, they also have all their music uploaded on Spotify and I believe YouTube as well. During the research of my video, I actually came across an interview that was between the Hypergriff employees and the music created. The only downside though is that I found this interview off of Facebook that was posted by some kind of fan page, I believe. The only way to see the interview is by actually logging into my old Facebook account, so you're welcome. I had to log back into my old Facebook account and then endure some cringe, but all for the sake of content, I guess. So this was posted back in August of 2025. The participants are all music designers from Hypergriff. Otto, who's worked on Unmask and I Will Touch the Sky tracks.
And if you can touch the sky, you'll see there's a pattern.
Elvin worked on Misty Memories and Tu Dong Hong. I hope I said that correctly. Also, Misty Memories is a peak song.
It's no fair, I don't wanna have to wake up from this daydream. You're my daydream. It's no fair, I don't wanna have to wake up from.
And Jay has done Control's Wishes and the theme for the Imperial, which is, by the way, Control's Wishes, one of my favorite events in the game. I will talk about that one day, but oh, great music, Jay. I love it. In the interview, they talked about how all the music is done in-house, but they also work with artists outside of Hypergriff from across the world to create other music in the game. I do want to note though that during the Arknights anime, they actually work with some notable Japanese artists such as Riona and Myth and Royd. I've actually never really listened to them before, but Arknights introduced me to them and they're pretty good. I would love to play their tracks on my video, but unfortunately, I also don't want my video getting demonetized or muted at any point, so can't play that, go look it up yourselves, sorry. They're able to bounce around ideas with one another and dabble on ideas such as, hey, what if we threw in this instrument to elevate the track further? For the operator Haruka, they mentioned how they could have gone with a straightforward 90s idol soundtrack. However, to take things a step further, they added a middle section of the song where the power goes off, but the vocals still sing to an audience clapping alongside with them as if it's like a live track.
My best. あ、止まっちゃった。じゃあ皆さん、クラップで歌いましょう。Tell me, 鏡よ鏡、一番好きな私になるの。Tell me.
A touching addition to the track that shows that they go above and beyond a little bit for their music. They also talked about oh my god, how do you say this guy's name?
I'll be honest.
Oh, Ulpianus. Another example of taking things a step further is when they talked about the theme for Ulpianus. But before I continue, I just really want to say I love his design. He looks like somebody out of Bloodborne and it's so badass. Ulpianus is an operator whose background relates to the seas. Sea shanties aren't really a new thing when it comes to Arknights content. They made one of the best ones ever. And if you're familiar with sea shanties, they're normally sung by a group of sailors or pirates. Ulpianus, though, has that lonely, edgy character background where he's often carrying out missions by himself. So to bring things full circle, they made a sea shanty theme for Ulpianus, but it's sung alone.
The vows to defender we made long ago, oh, they couldn't ever be torn from our souls. We brave any weather.
To which they perfectly captured his character in this song. Also, side note, Ulpianus' Japanese voice actor is voiced by Jotaro. Super cool. One of my favorite things of all time is sitting down and reading the thought process when it comes to works and behind-the-scenes content. So finding this interview where they talk about the music is actually a really great treat for me, and I hope they do stuff like this more in the future so I can read about the whole processes, and I'm just geeking out right now, I'm so sorry. So now, moving off of the interview, I want to talk about something real quick that this is just like mostly a me thing, but maybe if you go through it, you might understand it as well. But listening to music outside of video games, outside of, you don't have the context anymore, it can be hard to do. Okay, if you maybe play some high energy track when I'm running or something, or exercising, I get that, it can get me going. But expect me to play video game music in the car when somebody passes me the aux cord is something that I can't do and is kind of embarrassing low-key. I am not gonna play Souls music in front of my sister because it just doesn't really fit the mood, and also it might encourage us to get into a car crash. I don't know, I feel like the music just takes over a part of me that shouldn't be playing at that moment. But I did find an interview that relates to the whole entire theme of the video, and this is by Robert Wolf, who collaborated with Arknights music before being interviewed by Jordan von Netzer of the Game World Observer back in 2022. In this article, Wolf even understands how popular the music of Arknights is outside of the game. So whenever he writes for the music of Arknights, he also writes it with the idea in mind that people will listen to this outside of the game. So when it comes to video game music, Arknights is one of the few games that I can actually put on the soundtrack from and not feel too embarrassed in front of others and slowly indoctrinate them into the game itself. For example, Misty Memories is one of my favorite tracks of all time that I can listen to outside of the game. It has a very nice poppy feel to it. And one of my favorite things is showing off these songs to other people and they're totally caught off guard not knowing it's from Arknights at all. And probably one of my favorite songs of all time, which was released actually not even globally in Arknights, is a song called Everything's Alright. Everything's Alright was performed by Kaori Sawada in collaboration with DJ Okawari. The song was released back in July of 2020 around the same time that Gakao was wrapping up in China. It was meant to help ease the test takers because newsflash, tests are very stressful, especially when, you have to test for a national exam in China. Now, Arknights and Hypergriff as a whole didn't have to release a song for all these test takers. They could just go, screw you guys, we're gonna make more songs for our video game. They didn't have to do that. But I'm glad they did, because this song easily became one of my favorite songs of all time. It's a very chilled track, and the message behind it is kind of cute, everything's alright, things will be better, and it has a bit of a romantic tone to it, but I kind of dig it anyways. But going back to it, the song was released during the time period of 2020, which wasn't the best time for everybody in the world, including myself as well, but a song like that being released at a time when things were not so great in the world kind of helped make things feel a bit better. One of my favorite comments from a video that uploaded the song as well has a user saying, "I don't play Arknights, I'm not even a Chinese student, I'm just here for the song." And I really like that comment for a lot of reasons, because it doesn't matter how you find a song, but music just brings people together. Because after all, even if this guy doesn't play Arknights, who brought together Sawada and DJ Okawari? It's like Hypergriff knows that their game is only a small medium that carries many different art components with it. The art is fantastic, the music is a jam, the story is engaging, and the gameplay can be fun and extremely challenging as well. I'm still tested today, even though I have the most strongest units in the game, because this game just really pushes you to your limits as a doctor. So rather than sell you on one aspect of Arknights, it comes packed with a billion other components that surely will grab people to play the game. Now, music can be a small afterthought in media. Just throw in music real quick so that way we can just put in some kind of mood for the audience and move on. Or, if done correctly, And respectfully, music can be used as a powerful net to capture the ears and the hearts of listeners. So even if you don't play Arknights because you don't like tower defense or you don't think you're smart enough to, strategize and do all that stuff, don't worry, a lot of us are kind of dumb. We use guides, so we're all kind of stupid in Arknights. Except for Kyostin, of course. You can at least understand and see why the music of Arknights transcends even the game itself, because it's one of the many components of the game that stands out so well that people who don't even play the game that much still can respect and enjoy. Such as the art. I've known a lot of artists who wish they could play Arknights, but they just can't, but they can at least sit down and go, damn, the designs are so good. And it turns out Hypergriff did lie to us because Arknights is just a vehicle for them to sell their music onto us, and it worked so successfully. And for me, personally, I am looking forward to the day that I can buy tickets to the concert Ambient Synesthesia. Oh my god.